In the early fall of 2018, I embarked on my first night in the woods, alone, on a quick solo trip. Between trying to hunt some geese, my campsite getting stolen, and it being the first night in the woods alone, it turned out to be quite the trip. Hope you guys enjoy. What's up, everyone? Sam here from Canoe Trippers. So right now I am at the start of my evening one-day canoe trip. So just going for the night. It was supposed to be a two-night trip, but yesterday when I woke up I wasn't packed, I wasn't prepared, so I figure I'll just get an early start today instead of leaving yesterday and then worrying about getting into my campsite at night. But it's probably a little after 1 right now, and yeah, feeling a little anxious, a little nervous. So the area I chose for my first solo trip was Kawartha Highlands Provincial Park again. So this might actually look familiar to some people, but picked it for a few reasons. One, I'm familiar with this access point. So I kind of know the lay of the land. 2, it does have cell reception still, so being my first time at solo, if I run into any problems, I can just call for help, I guess. 3, the number 3 reason I chose it was because of the location. So it's only 2 hours from Toronto, and it's good bass fishing. Number 4 reason. So bass are still in season. The plan is to do another catch and cook the full way through. I brought some stuff for that. I also brought a steak for the night. So yeah, it's actually turning out to be quite the day so far. I have probably more than enough food I need. And brought a few beers. The only thing is that I didn't think there would be that much portaging on this trip. It looks like to get into Lux Lake, from Lux Lake to Compass Lake, the lake that I'll be staying in tonight. It looks like there's normally a pond between the two that's dried up, so if anything, it's going to make a 60-meter portage. It's set on Jeff's new map, which is on Lostified. It's saying that it's an extra 500 meters in low water levels, so we'll see how that goes. But I got a beautiful tailwind right now too. I would hate to be going against this right now. Like, I barely have to paddle. Which just means tomorrow I'm probably going to want to get an early start and try to head back sort of sooner than later, just so I don't get caught in this. Trust me, being in the wind in a solo canoe sucks, especially one that's meant for tandem. I brought way too much stuff between camera gear and my tent and some other stuff. It is actually I think it's the 2nd day or the 3rd day of goose opener. So I actually do have my shotgun with me as well, but the only thing that's open for this window is Canadian and cackling geese. Now, if you're wondering what cackling geese are, I didn't know either when I read the regulations. But from what I've looked online, they're essentially Canadian geese, except they have shorter necks, and there's a few other distinguishing features, but they're very closely related. The plan is to do some hunting maybe early tomorrow. Today's going to be all about the fishing. And then tomorrow, I'm going to try to wake up really early since there's nothing else to do really. Get on the water and maybe try to find some areas with some geese, but they know it's hunting season. I haven't seen any flying. I haven't seen any in the water yet, so I'm sure they're aware. There's been so many motorboats on this lake. Probably 5 times as many as when Phil, Jesse, and I were here back in June, so. Which I kind of knew what I was getting into, but I didn't know that there would be that many. There's been a lot. But it's pretty quiet now, so I figured I'd turn back on the camera and just film a bit. I know just past the very first campsite on Long Lake, so we're actually coming up to the portage to Buzzard Lake. So I think the portage, I can actually see it right now. Probably like a 20-minute paddle down that way. So I'm making it about the time that I thought I would. Only really having, I don't know, maybe about a little more than half the day. Sunset's probably around 7:38, so it is 2:45 right now. And here comes another motorboat, which is fun. But I think there's probably been about 10 motorboats that have passed me. This one's going full speed. This is going to be fun. Only one's really slowed down to reduce the wake. This one's not going to. You'll see him fly by in a sec. It was a smaller boat, wasn't much wake. But man, he was ripping. The bigger boats that go slower actually create a lot more wake than this did. I mean, I've been paddling too where there's been motorboats as well, and the common courtesy thing to do if there's a recreational vehicle is to just slow down around it so your wake doesn't flip them, right? I would say when I was in the French River, I would say 9 out of 10 boats would slow down. Here it's kind of the opposite. Which to me, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I can usually maneuver my canoe quick enough, but to someone else that might not be as comfortable in a canoe, it might actually make for a dangerous situation. So but it's been a gorgeous day so far. Other than that minor thing, there's been nothing to complain about here. I say minor thing, maybe it's not minor. It's a little bit of a letdown, but in between all the boats and everything, it's really nice here. You're already starting to get some of the sugar maples are changing already. There's some red colors, some of the smaller ones. It's starting to get like a yellowish hue on some of the birch trees. Probably see in the background, should get a good shot. There's actually some really nice cliffs on this lake. So I think I tried to show them before and it didn't really do them justice, so. Paramount of canoe tripping, right? It's the peak of any adventurous spirit that wants to get out and explore, really. And I think it's a little bit of a test. So I just wanted to show everyone what I was portaging around. Maybe you can't see it. There we go. So, just a little creek kind of coming in from Lux Lake. And yeah, if there's anywhere that I was going to see a moose on the trip, it would probably be here. Just wanted to show you guys something really cool. Take a look at that tree. Look how skinny that roots, like how thin the root system is, but when it came down it just peeled off. So at the end of the portage trail and a few cached boats. Beauty looking lake. But yeah, there's garbage here, so I'll pack that out if it's still there on my way out. I just don't know how long it's been out, and it's gonna snake up my stuff on the way in, so cache canoe and a life jacket. You see people doing this a lot, caching. I didn't really know what the purpose of it was until it was last trip actually. I saw people, they'll portage in motors and then they'll just take these boats out and then yeah. This one's actually an Ontario Parks one, so, or it's got a tag to be here. So they're legal boats, but it sucks to see garbage. I think there's actually, I think that's my campsite there. And I think there's people at it. Or hopefully it's around the corner. We'll see. Stay tuned. So, finished the first portage. Let me fix this a bit. Like I said, there's lots of garbage on it, but I'll get that on the way out if it's still there, which I'm guessing it will be. Looked like there was a group at my campsite, but it looks like they got back in the canoes and they might have paddled off, but oh boy, it's bright out. Again, I don't know for sure. Hopefully there's no sort of confrontation, because I really just want to get to my campsite. It's the closest one to the portage. And it looked like the nicer one on this lake. But right now, I just kind of need to get through this really thick pond lily. Managed to get in, but I didn't have my pack, so I was probably about 70 pounds lighter on the way in. This is the one spot I'm worried about. Just gonna have to hump my way through there. Ooh. That wasn't bad at all. Oh, there's another spot here. Hung up. worst is over with. But yeah, like I said, a bit of gear mismanagement. I had to triple carry that. Partly because brought in my own water. Cause never done that in my 8 or so years of canoe tripping, but with all the motorboat in this water. Figured it's probably the best bet. And the fact that it just wasn't that big of a portage. So yeah, definitely looks like someone's at my campsite. So I mean, this is 570. Yeah, 570. Yeah, three kayaks. Oh boy, this is awkward. Hello. I have this campsite for the night. Where are you guys supposed to be? At the other one? Because you have all your stuff set up. If you're supposed to be at 571, I can just go check that one out, and if it's vacant, I'm sure it'll be fine, but... I had some words with the group that had taken my campsite. I sensed they knew they weren't supposed to be there, but being solo and a decent human being, I didn't pick too much a fight. I figured if the next site wasn't taken, it wasn't a big deal. It was just one night anyway. I was tired from the last portage, but had to drudge on. I didn't want to bunk with the group, since obviously that would defeat the purpose of a solo trip, and I didn't want to associate with a group that couldn't even follow simple camping etiquette. I've been tripping for a while, and there are scenarios that I would have understood my site being taken. However, this group seemed off and perhaps guilty to what they had done. When I had finished the portage, I saw them swimming off the rocks just around the corner from the campsite. Once they saw me, they booked it back to their site, probably aware that I was supposed to be on it. Oh well. So, that went okay. It's a very big lake, so it should only be like 15 or 20 minutes to the other spot. I don't even know what the other number is. Yeah, it's 571. Yeah, the other one's 571. That sucks. From all accounts, I think that site was nicer, so they probably just took it. They're probably here earlier in the day. That's my theory anyway. Well, we'll see if that one's taken. It's gonna be already dark at the other one. It's gonna be buggier. It's just really thick pond weeds here, but you know what? It might be better fishing at the other one. As long as the other one's not taken, that's gonna be my campsite for the night. It's these kayakers, man. Never trust a kayaker. I've been skunked today, but I think the fishing's about to turn on. Like right around here, this would be the perfect time to start fishing, but I really just want to make sure I get to camp and my tent set up, and if there's someone at this campsite, then I really have to weigh my options. Go back and camp with those 3 kayakers, or I don't think there's an emergency campsite on this lake. To check. If there is, I would just take that one. So it's actually on the left. Shit, I've been looking on the right. Yeah. I mean, in my scenario, they're already set up. It's 6 o'clock. I bet they were on this site. They checked them both out. That one was obviously nicer. Had a rope swing to swim and play, and it was west facing. This one's west facing too, but it's too close to the tree line on the east side, I guess. No, on the west side. It's too close to the tree line on the west side, so it's going to lose sun pretty quick. I mean, the site looks okay. The fishing's going to be great here. I can promise you that. I will catch a fish tonight. Yeah, might as well check it out. I mean, either way, I think this is where I'm going to camp. So I'll check in with you guys. Camp. It's got a pretty steep incline going up though. Stinks like a swamp here too. There's no real good way for me to put in, other than maybe on this rock over here. I don't even know if I'll be able to do that, so I might have to just get my feet wet. Oh, this is gonna be gross too. It's just like it's all swamp here, guys. So maybe not so bad if I had a partner. They could probably just go in, get out, and or maybe I can go in backwards, but I'm sitting in the bow seat facing the other way, so the bow seat's pretty far back. I'm still thinking my best bet is just to take my shoes off and go on up. Oh shit. This makes me feel gross. Oh boy, I just got a whiff of the swamp too. That's what you want to smell. Home sweet home. Fire's going. I mean, the site doesn't look that well used, but it's been poorly used. I mean, because there's lots of firewood. I think it's the location. But, like, come check this out. Right? That was what, 2 minutes? Not even? Like, that was like a 30-second walk. Bam. It's a classic human mummy mess. But what I really don't understand is, like, guys, like, that's the Thunderbox right there. Like, you can see, you're telling me that it was more comfortable to squat over this rock in the open and take a shit than to sit on that wooden box. And I looked, and it's not like it's full or anything. It stinks a bit. It's a Thunderbox. But like, there's probably like 2 or 3 more feet to it. And like, I get it, whatever. If the Thunderbox, you think it's gross to sit on, you're telling me it's not more comfortable to hover over that? Whoa, sorry, I blocked your view. I wanted to show you guys something. Let's see if I can. So, that maple I was telling you about, look, it's almost like a dowel. I can, like, look, came right out. Oh, there were cockroaches in there. You're barking. Must be one of the cottagers' dogs. Anyway, just thought that was kind of neat. Thought I'd show you. Yeah, sun's pretty well down. So I'm gonna, I think, set up my tent pretty quick. And then I got a steak to cook up as well. So it's just been go, go, go. But good news is, I think it only took about, it would have taken 4.5 hours, I think I said, to get here. So I probably left 4. So tomorrow, theoretically, I can take my time in the morning, see if there's any ducks around here. This is actually probably, or sorry, not ducks, geese. This probably isn't a bad spot. And then I'll probably do that at first light, and then once the wind kicks up, I'll check the wind direction tonight. Hopefully it's going in my favor. I'll head back, because I figure if it took 4.5 hours to get in, getting out, I'll probably give myself 6 hours. So I want to be out by 4, so that means I have to start hanging back. No, you know what? I can probably get out in 4.5. I was doing a lot of fishing on the way in, so I'll give myself till 11:30, I think, in the morning to fish and kind of fool around and hunt and stuff, and then yeah, I'll be heading back. But still tons to do. Again, it's been go go go. I got a few beers. Gonna sit around the fire and chill. Cook up my steak as soon as I get my tent set up. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed, everyone. Again, new videos are going to be out every Canoes Day, so please like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks again.